everyone, I'm Priya, CFRE's Media Director, and today we'll be speaking to LÖLØ. So, my first question to you is how do you feel pop rock sound has evolved over the years, and how have you taken that evolution into your own music?
I feel like it's always kind of evolving, becoming a little bit more modern, or like I feel like nowadays pop rock is so many things. It's like any pop song that is like has a little more grit or grunge on it, people call it pop rock. So I feel like it's a lot like there's a bigger spectrum of it. For me, in my music, I feel like I just like use influences and stuff from like rock or pop rock bands like Green Day or Weezer or Smashing Pumpkins, people like that, and kind of like put it, that's kind of like influences for my music. So I don't really know exactly how I'm using it per se, like can't put my finger on it, but definitely using elements of that as inspiration always. Yeah.
That's good. I think, especially with this genre, it's really easy for people to like not mix it up, but like I guess move it over to punk rock and like just different genres because it's kind of like a little bit of everything, which is really cool.
hmm Totally. Yeah. I think it's just like there's so many genres these days and so many artists are genre bending that it's like hard to put your finger on what exactly is what. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, oh, whatever. Like, who cares what it is? Like, we think it sounds good, so that's what's important.
So your song "Let Down," "Be Okay" was just released today. Your feature. Could you tell me about this experience and how this song came to be?
Yeah, so that song is the feature song with Let Down, and yeah, they reached out to me and sent me the song, and they were like, "Would you want to feature on this?" And I used to not do a lot of features because as an artist who's also a writer, I'm kind of like I like writing my own stuff and I like to like be a part of it ground up and stuff, but I felt like this was cool. I liked the song. I like Let Down. So I was like, you know what? My like goal of 2024/2025 is gonna be to say yes to more features and stuff because why not? Like just more music out there. So as long as I like the song, obviously. So yeah, it kind of happened like that, and I happened to be in Nashville recently, so we got to film some stuff, and we were both in LA at the same time, so we shot a music video. So it just like was very convenient timing, I guess. So and a good song to be put out until more of my own stuff is ready. So it just worked out really well.
Do you have like I guess like a dream feature that you'd like to do, or someone that you're really looking forward to working with?
Dream feature would probably be Green Day. They're my favorite band. But also really randomly, it was has always been my dream to sing the hook on an Eminem song. So like Love the Way You Lie kind of vibe. Like I would sing the hook and then he would rap. I always thought that would be the coolest thing ever.
That'd be really cool. What's your
Yeah.
favorite Green Day song?
Oh, so hard. My favorite album is American Idiot.
Yeah,
I
classic.
think my favorite song is maybe Basket Case, even though it's not even on that album. But I also love how Boulevard Broken Dreams goes into Holiday. Yeah, I don't know. I have so many favorites. It's hard. I'll say my favorite album is American Idiot because I can't really choose.
Okay, so going into your music now, I think your song titles are very catchy, like
Thank you.
Hot Girls and Hell and You Turn Me On, but You Give Me Depression. How do you come up with those?
You know what? I don't even know. I have this note in my phone of like all of my ideas and stuff. So sometimes it comes there and I'll like think of a title and I'll start the song from the title. And then sometimes the song title happens while we're writing the song. Like Hot Girls in Hell thought it was going to be called something totally different. Like when I first wrote it, actually, like it started off as like a sad ballad, which is the beginning of the song, and then we ended up turning into making it like this angry thing. And the title came while we were in the room and we like said that line, and we were like, oh my God, this is genius, love that. But yeah, I try to have titles that are interesting because I feel like especially nowadays it's like there's so much music out there, so much content, so I want something that will like stand out. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
like that they're like in your face. I don't know, that's what
yeah,
makes me like want to like click on it and see like, oh, what is this?
yeah. I mean, that's the goal, so I'm glad it's working.
So in a lot of articles I've read, you mentioned that you feel things deeply, which helps with songwriting. how did you learn to appreciate feeling things so deeply and use it to your advantage? Because I feel like that's a very difficult thing to like separate your feelings and put it into art.
Yeah, I don't know. Like from a young age, I was always like writing in a diary. So I feel like I just got used to like writing out my feelings. And this was before I ever thought I would ever be a songwriter or like an artist. I used to like cringe at the thought of people knowing my inner thoughts because like it sounded awful. And sometimes it is awful, honestly, but I've gotten so used to it that now I'm kind of like obsessed with it and need to do it. But yeah, I don't know. Like something just switched in me where I was one day I was like, okay, I'm gonna like just be so open about this. And it's almost like I feel like it's almost like a shield of like feeling those things is like putting it in and like just being so open about it. It's like it becomes a song and it's like not actually my feelings, it's just the song, you know? And I don't know, it's like kind of like a defense mechanism almost. Yep, so trauma is the answer. Probably learned that from trauma. Yeah.
Well, hey, it's working for you, so
Thank you.
keep it up.
Thank you.
I think what makes your music unique is that you're like, blunt, like honest and raw with your experiences. Would you agree that these song qualities are what separates you from other artists?
Thank you. I think so too. I feel like my strong suit. I feel like some people, like Ariana Grande has like the most amazing riffs, and like these people have, everyone has their thing, or they could play guitar amazing. But I feel like my strength is my songwriting and the way that I put things. So I'm happy that you agree. But yeah, that I would definitely say that's my strength. Like sometimes I don't. I'm like, okay, I'm not like I can't sing like Mariah Carey or Ariana, but like I feel like I could write a good song. So.
Personally, I really liked Poser because I
Oh,
just feel
thank
like
you.
it's like a very like universal and relatable experience, but you communicate
Unfortunately.
it so well. And like, I just think sometimes, like, when I listen to your music, it's like things I want to say, but I don't say, because like, how could I say that to somebody else? But then when I hear your music, it like empowers me, like, yeah, like I should be like holding these people accountable.
Thank you. I mean, I try, you know. So it's gotten me in trouble many times before, but sometimes I can't hold my tongue.
Has anyone ever like asked you if it's the song is about them?
Normally they know. Um, I do have a tendency to sometimes send it to people before it's out because I just want them to hear and make sure that they hear it. Sometimes people think it's about them when it's not, which is really interesting. Like I once had like my first boyfriend ever who like bless his heart, but he wasn't that inspiring. I didn't really write any songs about him, but his sister messaged me and was like, "Oh, this song is about him," and I was just like, "Haha, yeah," like because I felt bad, but I was like, "No, it's not about it." But I definitely think there's people out there that probably think that my songs are about them. When in reality, I actually have written most of my songs about people that I never even dated. Like, and it's just like I built it up in my head of like I'm a big romanticizer. I mean, of course, a lot of my songs are about people I've dated, but I feel like the ones that hurt you the most are like not like the good relationships that ended, but they're the like toxic like situationships that
Yep,
like
I
wouldn't
was just
fucking
about to
commit
ask.
to you. Yeah, like that said that they really liked you and they love you, and but they don't want to date you or they're not ready yet. Like that is like, the people that like really hurt me the most is that.
Yeah, of course, because I guess you get like very like generic responses as well. Like they kind of like lead you on and like I don't know, I just like they kind of build you like this life, right? And then like suddenly it's something like completely different. So that's why I really like your music because like
Thank
I
you.
don't think it should be accepted that like I guess like people are led on and then like, the total opposite happens.
Yeah, they're just I can't deal with people sometimes.
Yeah. I
I
think it's
just
like,
want to shake at them. I'm
yeah,
probably
taking
bad too,
back
but I don't
power.
think I'm bad. I don't think I'm toxic. Like, but then when I get into all these things and I'm like listening to all these songs, I'm like, am I the problem? I don't think so though. But I mean, maybe I'm delusional.
I no, I read something where it's like are you a bad person if you're just telling the experience like honestly? Like if you're like not lying, you're just conveying the experience then. It's kind of on the other person for doing like
Yeah, don't treat me like shit. I won't write a song about you.
what advice would you give to new artists looking to get into the music industry, specifically with a pop rock sound? Because I feel like again, it's very challenging to establish yourself with this genre.
Yeah, I feel like it's just so hard in general these days. It's like, I think that social media has made it's like a catch 22. It's like so much easier to put yourself out there. However, it's so much easier to get like lost in all of the people that are constantly putting themselves out there. So it's so much more competitive, even though it's easier to attain a goal. It's like kind of not anymore. So I would just say, unfortunately, the number one thing is to just like put yourself out there. So it used to be, I feel like maybe back in the day, like doing shows and going to open mics, which I still think is important. But I would say my number one advice would be to like record as many videos of you as possible and like put them on social media. And then the second thing would be to not listen when people hate on you, because people are going to hate on you, and it's so easy to just like give up or like not want to post another video because you're like, oh, my friend said this was cringe, or like someone commented that this was cringe. It's like, go fuck yourself, honestly. And just do your thing and put your blinders on, and don't worry about seeming cringe or seeming like you're trying too hard. Like, I think that most people would applaud someone for trying hard and posting a lot and, trying to do their thing. And if you don't give up, you can't fail. Like, if you just keep going, eventually something will happen. So that would be my best advice.
Do you get like a lot of comparison? Like, oh, you sound too much like Green Day or like Blink 182, kind of like that? Because I feel like that's a very big problem with writing pop rock or even punk rock. Like, people
For sure.
are trying to copy.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten like, what did someone call me once? Something with Avril Lavigne, but it was an insult.
Oh,
I'm trying to think, like it was like it was like, oh yeah, I mean, so this is the thing. I actually just started calling myself like Walmart punk rock Taylor Swift and videos and stuff, and that actually made it blow up even more, which I learned from Eminem actually. Just put yourself down and then no one can say anything worse. I mean, I don't know if that's the healthiest thing, but that's what I happen to do. But yeah, people have definitely compared me to Avril Lavigne for sure. I think that's just maybe from like the fact that we both are Canadian, have long hair, and dress in cargo pants, and have similar style music, of course. But I will take that comparison any
yeah, I
day.
was gonna say, huge compliment.
I'm like, anytime someone compares me, I'm just like, thank you so much. So, and I don't think it's always in a negative way when people compare. So I always am just staying delusional and taking everything as a compliment.
So what's next for you? What can fans expect to see from you?
So I'm going on my first headline tour in Europe, which is really exciting. And I'm also going on my first Canada tour, which is exciting, which it's not my headline, but it's still the first time I'm touring Canada. So, which is crazy because I'm from Toronto. So I'm like, how is this my first time? Doesn't make any sense. I've been everywhere else. And then I'm also planning a US headline tour, hopefully some Canada dates on there too, so they could stay tuned for that. And then I am planning to release more music very soon as well. So they can expect a lot, I guess.
We should
Yeah,
come back and reach out when the music has dropped, is what I'm
for
hearing.
sure, for sure.
Is there one place particular you're looking forward to on tour?
Um, yes. Well, a bunch of places. I had like my favorite show of my life in Paris, just because the fans were literally insane, like and screaming, and like that was like the most fun night of my life thus far, I think. So I'm looking forward to going back to Paris, and then I always love going to new cities, so I'm excited to tour Canada, honestly, even though it's gonna be winter. So I'm like, why am I touring Canada in the winter? I should know better. But I'm excited to like see, like I've never been to Halifax. I haven't been to a bunch of the places uh on the routing, so I'm excited.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. And like, I guess when you're like in Toronto, like you don't feel the need to just like go anywhere because you're like, I'm in the heart of like the city. But once you like,
Exactly.
yeah, branch out, you see it's like totally different. Just like
Hmm.
lifestyle and like just everything.
Yeah, it's always really interesting seeing all of that, and I better brush up on my French, honestly, because I'm going to like Montreal, Moncton. I think they speak French there. So yeah.
You're gonna have Duolingo just like on your phone.
God, it shouldn't have
Um,
dropped French.
well, that concludes the interview.
Amazing.
Thanks to you for coming and being on camera. That was a nice
Of
surprise.
course, I got you.
And I'm Priya on CFRE Radio, and we'll see you next time.